Although starting a business during a recession can be risky, if you choose the right business, there can be significant opportunity and upside. In this video, I'm going to share some of the best businesses that you can get started this year with little to no capital. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the one that I have the most experience with, and I'm truly an expert in these types of businesses, and it's a home service business. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity for home services specifically. There are so many people who need services, rely on specific services, and in a lot of places, there's not enough companies that are offering it. The best way to determine the best opportunities in your area is to look at the competitive landscape. Ask homeowners, ask them what they commonly are hiring people to do, and look at the competition. Are there other companies who are offering it? If so, are there enough of these companies, or are these companies getting booked up throughout their entire schedules? When I started my business, it's exactly what we did. We looked at the competitive landscape. We determined that there wasn't many companies doing that, and the companies that were doing it weren't doing it very well. So we were able to come in, offer a superior service, and capture a huge amount of the market. We've continued to develop that market, move into new areas, and now we run a business that's, we have multiple locations and we're now franchising. So there is a lot of opportunity with the home services, specifically in a recession when people, are looking for services they need to get done. It is a requirement, and a lot of these services aren't just things that people will do if they have the money or the time. A lot of them are necessary services that you can look into offering. On the other hand, if you're offering a service that's a premium service, you're gonna target a higher income clientele who typically aren't as affected by recessions. A great idea for jumping into a specialized service, something that's in a skilled trade, is you can actually partner with a licensed tradesman, someone who has a lot of experience in a specific industry, but maybe they don't have the business skills or knowledge that you might have. You could partner with someone like this. You can have them handling all the specialized service side, and you can really focus on the business side, growing the business, setting up the business, and focusing obviously on marketing, branding, the things that maybe you want to focus on. And that's a really good way to get into a more specialized type service. But if you're someone who has very limited hands-on specific service knowledge, you can always jump into something that doesn't require a high level of skill, or something that you can learn relatively easy, like landscaping, window cleaning, car detailing. The list kind of goes on and on for specialty home service type businesses that you can start for very, very cheap and have a huge amount of upside. The second one I'm going to talk about is a great opportunity, especially in a recession, and it's a property management business targeting specifically commercial clients and vacation rentals. Property management businesses are a huge opportunity, not necessarily just in a recession, but moving forward. There is a huge need for more of these companies who are able to come in and manage both residential, vacation, and commercial properties. So as a property management company, you can get started for relatively a very cheap amount of money. You can find a network in your area of people who can offer the services commonly used by property managers. And then on your first day, you can start going out pitching your services. A great place to start for something like this is with short-term vacation rentals like Airbnb or VRBO. You can become a property manager for these kind of businesses and these kind of individuals who are vacationing their own homes. That's a really quick and easy way to start. And where that can end up is you actually managing commercial properties that are a lot more resistant to any sort of changes in the economy. This is condo boards, large apartment buildings, potentially other companies that need services. It could be golf courses, it could be different commercial businesses that are looking to hire someone to handle a lot of their property's needs. So this is a growing opportunity in the 2020s. And something that is mostly underserved in the competitive landscape. Idea number 3. So this isn't gonna be a surprise to anyone, but this is actually starting your own media business. And I'm not talking about social media marketing or a lot of these different people that are telling you to start an agency online. This is actually creating your own media company. That means a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog. Again, these aren't new ideas, but there is a growing need and demand for people to put out content. We have so many more people coming on and so many more eyeballs coming into the internet each and every day. From developing countries, getting more access to internet, to people just overall spending a lot more time consuming videos and other content online. There's a huge opportunity for people to come in and start making videos on things that they know a lot about. It's why I created this channel, so I can Well, as I grow my entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial career, I'm able to, hopefully generate a platform on YouTube and, maybe get into podcasting and some other channels. But it is a huge and growing opportunity is to actually start your own channel, creating your own content. And obviously through YouTube and Spotify and different platforms, you're able to generate income if you're able to amass enough of a following. It's one that you probably won't see great returns right away, but if it's something that you're able to commit to for a long period of time, you're likely to be able to get a good return on investment. It's my hope for my channel that I can, spend a couple years building it up and at some point have a good amount of following that I can either monetize or continue to provide value to. And so it's just a great growing opportunity, especially podcasting. There's a lot of need for audio right now. There's a very limited amount of people who are actually releasing valuable high content and very good podcasts, and a tremendous amount of people who are starting to listen to podcasts more and more. So a great opportunity is to get into the media business and help take eyeballs away from traditional mainstream media that are not doing a very good job. My next idea, and this is a great business idea specifically for students, recent graduates, or even people who are a bit older and have access to students. It's actually starting your own tutoring business. So there is a tremendous amount of people who are willing to pay for tutors, specifically in university, but even high school. Where you're able to charge pretty high premiums and charging people by the hour for tutoring them. And so my pitch here is not to, just for a student to go in and tutor another student at a university, but to actually create a business hiring students who can then go and provide their expertise, their knowledge to other students. So this is not a business that's going to be going anywhere, especially in a recession. People are always going to invest money in their kids and their own education. So you have a very secure and safe business model if you are able to provide a great tutoring business and a great tutoring service to people who are learning to get good grades and learn from specific people who have experience doing courses or other means to help them with their schoolwork. The next idea is a virtual assistant agency. So this is an interesting concept and something that I've actually looked into quite extensively, but there's a lot of businesses starting to pop up who are doing exactly this. And how it works is relatively simple. You connect with people in a developing country. Commonly it's the Philippines, South American countries. There's a lot of different countries that have a very high skill workforce that have a lot of people who speak good English that you can actually connect with and pretty much create your own virtual assistant agency by hiring these people in developing countries and offering their services and their abilities to businesses in North America and Europe and more developed type countries. A lot of small businesses are starting to jump on the wave of hiring their own virtual assistants. It's a great way for businesses to offload a lot of the menial tasks that they maybe do on a daily basis that take up a lot of their time and energy. And it's a great way to help businesses become a lot more efficient. So if you're able to hire someone in a developing country, give them an opportunity at a couple dollars an hour, you can mark up those services and sell those hours and that labor to businesses who will pay ongoing fees to be able to have access to your pool of highly skilled and well-educated workforce in developing countries. So virtual assistant tasks can be anything from social media management to setting meetings to doing follow-up calls. There's an endless amount of different virtual assistant tasks that you can provide to these businesses, and you can have an hourly business model where again you're making a markup on the hourly rate that you'd be then providing to these people you would hire as virtual assistants. My next idea, and this is one that I feel very strongly about, I think is a really solid opportunity, especially in a recession, is to actually, it does require a little bit of capital, but it's to invest in an existing franchise. And there are a number of franchises that aren't that expensive that you can invest in. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna find a business model that you truly believe in. And what it's gonna allow you to do is it's gonna allow you to buy into a business that you don't have to completely start from scratch. So a lot of entrepreneurs have already developed really strong franchising systems and franchising programs. They have a proof of concept. What they're doing is they're looking for people who have a little bit of capital, who want to become entrepreneurs, but maybe they don't necessarily have the right idea. And what you do is, you just buy into the franchise system. There's a ton of these opportunities out there. A lot of them aren't very good, but some of them are amazing opportunities. I don't want to get into specific franchise systems that you'd want to invest in, but I think it's just something that everyone should be looking into if they want to start a business, but they don't necessarily know either where to start, what business to start. Buying into an existing franchise system is a great opportunity, and focusing on an industry that has a lot of demand, that has an underserved market, and that you can really sink your teeth into it and become passionate about. So those are the businesses that I think are the best for someone to start in 2023. I do have a lot more ideas on businesses that require a little bit more capital, so I will likely be making a video in the near future about some of these higher capital businesses. If you are someone who has money to invest, there's a lot more opportunities where you can jump into and make a lot of money in times like this, where we are in a weird kind of economy, potential recession around the corner. So stay tuned for future content, and I'll try and make more of these videos and provide as much value as I can to my channel and people who love to watch along. So if there's any ideas that you think are great businesses to start, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.